When the people meant to enforce the law end up breaking it, the results can be shocking. From stealing money to abusing their power, some cops have been caught red-handed on body cameras, proving that no one is above the law. Let's dive into some jaw-dropping moments where officers got caught in the act. The officer who stole cash from a suspect. In Charlotte, North Carolina, Officer Henry Chapman pulled over Monroe Moon for speeding. Moon had a large amount of cash on him, which was supposed to go to his girlfriend. But Chapman had other plans. While transferring Moon to the station, Chapman discreetly pocketed $900. Moon quickly realized something was off and demanded a search. When fellow officers checked the patrol car, they found the crumpled bills stuffed in the driver's side door. Chapman was arrested, charged, and later resigned. Justice served. But that's just the beginning. Our next case proves even high-ranking officers aren't above the law. Sheriff's deputy pulled over by his own officer. Imagine this. One of the top law enforcement officers in town getting busted by his own team. A sheriff's chief deputy was caught speeding at a reckless 96 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone, nearly 3 times the limit. The officer on duty, unfazed by rank, pulled him over and issued a mandatory court citation. The deputy, clearly uncomfortable, didn't argue or pull rank. Meanwhile, the officer proved that no one is above the law, even those meant to enforce it. If you think that's ironic, wait until you see what happened when a cop tried to enforce a law that didn't exist. Officer gets schooled on public filming laws. A man legally recording a police facility with a drone found himself confronted by an officer who wasn't happy about it. The officer demanded ID, insisting the man's actions were suspicious. But here's the thing, it wasn't illegal. The man confidently stood his ground, explaining that filming public spaces is protected by law. The officer refused to back down until the sergeant arrived. The sergeant confirmed that the man was well within his rights, leaving the officer humiliated. The man ended with a mic drop moment. So, you learned something today? Some officers lose their cool over a simple misunderstanding, but this next one took things to a whole new level. Sergeant caught choking. Fellow officer on Bodycam. In Sunrise, Florida, Sergeant Christopher Polisi was caught on Bodycam escalating a tense arrest. As officers subdued a suspect, Polisi aggressively approached, holding his pepper spray. A fellow officer sensed danger and pulled him back, but Polisi reacted violently, grabbing her by the throat and pushing her backward. Instead of de-escalating, he yelled at the officer who was trying to maintain control. The police chief later praised the officer for intervening, proving that not all cops are willing to look the other way. Some corrupt cops lash out, but others rely on deception to get their way. Spoiler alert, it doesn't work. Baltimore officer caught planting drugs on Bodycam. Baltimore police were left scrambling when a Bodycam video surfaced showing an officer planting evidence during a drug bust. In the footage, the officer can be seen placing a can in a trash-filled lot, seemingly unaware that his own Bodycam is recording. Moments later, he dramatically retrieves the can, pretending to discover a bag of white capsules inside. But here's the problem. He was caught in the act. When the footage went public, prosecutors had no choice but to drop the charges against the suspect. The officer faced an internal investigation, adding yet another case to the long list of law enforcement misconduct. But this is not it. Corrupt cops don't just abuse their power. They sometimes expose their own misconduct without even realizing it. Columbus officer caught making disturbing Bodycam comments. In Columbus, Ohio, an officer was relieved of duty after making inappropriate remarks during the violent arrest of a suspect. The Bodycam footage captured officers using significant force, including punches, kicks, and a taser, before securing the suspect. While the use of force was already under review, the officer's casual and unsettling comments about the arrest drew immediate backlash. His remarks suggested a disregard for professional conduct and a disturbing attitude toward excessive force. Despite defense from the police union, calling it merely poor judgment, the police chief found the comments unacceptable, leading to the officer's removal from duty pending an investigation. Corrupt cops getting caught on body cams proves one thing: no one is above the law. From stealing cash to planting evidence, these moments expose the dark side of law enforcement, but every case reminds us that accountability still exists. What do you think? Should harsher punishments be in place for corrupt officers? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.